Hello everyone, let's talk about the most unique bosses among all Souls games. Part 1 will be in the description, if you want you can check it. Okay, let's begin with Demon Souls. Believe it or not, but I think that the most unique boss in this game is a Fool's Idol. I know that many people might not agree with it and call her a grandma of Crystal Sage, and you even will be correct, but there is one very interesting thing that makes her a very unique boss. If you play this game without guides, when you fight her, you will realize that after you kill her, she won't die. In order to kill her, you need to find a random ass NPC on a rooftop and kill him. Else, no matter how many times you kill Fool's Idol, he will revive her over and over. You might say that a revive mechanic is not that unique because bosses like twins, godskins, and even throne defenders can also revive each other. And yes, you will be correct, but here is a difference. In this boss's case, they revive each other when they both are alive, or when their main health bar is still active. But in Fool's Idol's case, she can be revived even after health dealt by a random ass NPC who is just chilling on a random rooftop. And in my opinion, that's a very unique thing. A boss that revives even after death. And because of that, I'll put her on this list. Dark Souls 1. For Dark Souls 1, the choice was pretty obvious. It's for kings. There are a few reasons why I think that they deserve this spot on this list. First of all, in order to even access their boss arena, you have to kill other boss, and from his corpse loot Artorias ring, which allows you to walk on the abyss. In case someone doesn't know, quick explanation. If you drop down without this ring, you will instantly die. Now there is a number 2. This is not a regular boss fight. This fight is a DPS check. If you won't kill first 4 king as fast as possible, other kings will spawn, and if you will fall asleep in mid-fight, you might have to fight all 4 kings at the same time, and the chance that you will win will be close to 0. Yeah, for most people, this boss fight will be always 1 against 1 or 1 against 2 at worst, but on New Game Plus, average player will have to fight 3 kings at the same time, because on New Game Plus, they have pretty big amount of health, and if you don't have enough DPS to kill one king until the other king spawns, you are fucked. So yeah, because of their weird dark anal ring ritual and DPS check, I will put them on this list. Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 2, I will probably have the most unexpected pick, and it will be surprise surprise for sure. You might say there is nothing special about him, because he's a regular dude in armor who once was a boss, and then he became a regular ass mini boss who you will fight over and 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 over. Yeah, you are correct, but here is the thing. Not sure if any of you knew about that, but if you fight Pursuer on this mini arena and somehow manage to kill him on your first encounter, you won't have to fight him on his real boss arena. Yeah, you can skip Pursuer's actual boss fight if you kill him right here on your first encounter. If he kills you or if you run away, you will have to fight him in his regular boss arena. But still, that's a very unique thing. A boss who can be killed even before his actual boss arena. And because of this thing, I'll put him on this list. With Bloodborne, the situation is a bit weird. I was thinking a while about who is the most unique boss in this game, and many of you might not agree with me on this one, but I will put Ludwig on this list. The reason of that is a bit weird, so let me explain quickly. For me, Ludwig, just like Artorias and maybe even Gael, is your average more popular penetrator ripoff, aka powerful dude who swore to destroy evil Mamba Jamba, but in the end this evil Mamba Jamba corrupted him and he went nuts. But there is one very unique thing about Ludwig. If for example Penetrator and Artorias in the beginning were heroes who in the end were fully corrupted by darkness and died while being possessed by it, if for example Lawrence and Manus who once were humans but after some events fully became monsters and died like a mindless monsters, if Guile who in the beginning fought you as a human with some brain issues and in the moment he fully became a brain-dead beast and died as a brain-dead hollow, Ludwig is the only fallen human who in the beginning fights like a mindless beast, but when he loses half of his health, he regains his brain and will fight you as a Ludwig. And I think that's a very unique thing. A beast and a brain-dead mutated horse remembers that he was a human being, remembers himself, his purpose, his goal, and most importantly, dies as a human, while others died as a brain-dead monsters or beasts. And in my opinion, that's a very unique thing. You might argue that it's not, but hey, I never said that this video is only about gameplay. Plus, this is my video, and I will say whatever the fuck I want. Okay, let's move to Dark Souls 3. Will Dark Souls 3 the answer to it was plus minus obvious. Old Demon King. The reason why I put him on this list is very strange. Okay, so in the beginning, he's just a regular boss who sometimes uses his magic and bunker to kill you. Nothing special. But at the end of a fight, when he will have low amount of health, he will use all his remaining power and will blow up. And if you got hit by a lot, you might get one-shotted. But if you survive this hit or simply run away from his boom, you will see that he just helplessly swinging his hands at you. And you have to try really hard in order to die against him. He becomes absolutely helpless old demon, and you will feel like as if you are beating an old man with a stick for 300 bucks. And in my opinion, that's a very unique thing. A boss that uses some huge AoE nuke not as a huge red big outplay button, but as a last chance to kill you. Plus, as far as I remember, there are not any other bosses who just helplessly swing their weapons at you while dying. So yeah, because of this weird moment, I will add him on this list. Sekiro. Well, Sekiro the choice also was very obvious. Genichiro Ashina. Some of you might tell the most unique boss is hide and seek monkeys. Yeah, but Dragon's God from Demon Souls is also a non-stop hide and seek simulation. So I will put Genichiro for a very weird reason. He is both our and Sekiro's teacher. In the beginning, both for us and Sekiro, he's unbeatable samurai who will beat you no matter what you will try to do, because he's just simply better than you. Then you fight him on a rooftop, and during that time, both you and Sekiro are already skilled enough to challenge him. Yeah, he still is a hard opponent, but you can see that he's not undefeated. During his final phase, he will show us absolutely everything that he was capable of doing. And then, in the end, we managed to beat him in a very challenging but durable fight. And then, at the end of our journey, we fight him again. But right now, he's just a punching bag both for you and Sekiro. Genichiro is Sekiro's rival and our skill check boss. Genichiro is Purser's idea than plus minus right. A boss that shows us that our journey had a progress. Game devs reused Genichiro not because they were out of ideas and wanted to add at least someone who'll screw your day just because fuck you, that's why, but because they wanted to show you both your players and Sekiro's main character's progress. And in my opinion, him being Sekiro's rival and our skill check boss is a very unique thing. And because of that, I'll put him on this list. And finally, Elden Ring. Oof. You know, I was thinking a while just to add someone, like at least someone a bit unique. Because Elden Ring's bosses are the most generic bosses that most of the time non-stop uses assets from previous bosses or are straight up stolen from bosses from previous games. But then after thinking for a while, I will put Consort Radan on this list. You might ask something like, wait a second, there is nothing special about him, no? And yeah, that's my whole point. He's the most lazy boss among all Souls games. Let me explain. Radan even in Afghanistan is still a Radan. His design is just a shitty version of Twin Princess plus Phase 1 Godfrey. His boss arena is literally Giles plus Ludwig's boss arena. His wombo combo is nearly copy-pasted from Pontiff's wombo combo. Half of his moveset is stolen from Vanguard from Dark Souls 2. too. On the release day of DLC, he was unjustifiably disbalanced and artificially hard boss. When you fight bosses like King No Name, Mesmer, Manus, Fume Knight and other hard bosses, you fight a hard bosses that requires you to be very careful and vigilant. But despite their challenge, they are a fair bosses. But Mr. Incestual Gaylord on a release date was such a disbalanced piece of shit, holy shit. A boss that could hit you in mid-roll, a boss with insane stats, a boss that non-stop spammed you with 8-hit wombo combo, a boss whose every hit had extra Sunstrike that could micro-stun you, which allowed Radan to wombo combo you. A boss that has 4 fucking one-shot moves. A boss with absolutely broken hitboxes. A boss who could hit you while you were on the other side of the map. And a boss who almost non-stop pushed you while giving you epilepsy. Among all Souls games, I've never seen a boss that was so anti-creative, a boss this unfair, and a boss that just has nothing special about him. In 2 words, Radan being a living proof that From Software is running out of ideas is the reason why I put him on this list. I've never, even once, even while fighting Malenia, who also had her own issues, had a thought that Hidetaka is running out of ideas for bosses, but against Radan, I 24/7 had a thought such as, what the fuck is this? Did someone even tested this boss? Or, did they seriously just copy-pasted their own assets that hard? Really? And I don't want to see comments like this. If you think that he was way too hard for me, I have a few important things to say to you. First,
you are a worthless, bitch ass nigga. Your purpose in life is to be in my stream sucking on my dick daily. You're gonna stay on my dick until you die. Your purpose in life is to be in that chat blowing a dick daily.
secondly, I killed him in less than 40 min on my first DLC playthrough. I spent much more time on Mesmer than on this bastard, but unlike some Elden Ring fans who devour absolutely everything that this game will drop on the ground, I can fight the boss for a while and say, nah, this boss sucks a dick. DLC Radan is a bullshit boss in every single aspect, starting with his visual and lore, and ending with his gameplay. Him being such a lazy boss is the reason why I put him on this list. Well, that's pretty much it. Type which boss do you consider unique. If you like my video, press something under it. With this, I will say bye bye to you and I will see you next time.